All righty, everybody. This is our Boss Babe Call, June 12th, 2023. And I am wearing, and a lot of the sales directors are as well, the beautiful necklace that you can win in June for doing a $600 wholesale order. And if you were in Mary Kay, in I believe it was July, I could be wrong on that, but I want to almost think these were July. So they started it and then they're ending it with this one. And I just think it's so cute. This necklace is so beautiful. My aunt came in and she was qualified and she got this necklace. She was so excited about this necklace. And so anyway, it comes, if you haven't ever achieved the golden rules, it comes in this cute bag in your order. So don't overlook it. Like when you see it's usually in another little bag, make sure you dig through and get your prize. And if you've already done, let's say you did a $100 order and then a $200 order, it'll be in the one that finishes you up for the 600. So, and let's say maybe you did some customer delivery service orders and that made you a 600, then the next order you do, it'll be in there. Okay. So, and we should, all of us that won the April prize with the little blue wallet, we should be getting an additional prize this month, a redesigned little blue wallet so that you can put more stuff in. So I haven't got mine yet, but I'm sure it's on the way. So June 12th, plenty of time to finish our goals. I'm not going to say it's only 18 days because then that freaks people out, including myself. So we're not going to say that. We're going to say we have plenty of time to reach our goals in Mary Kay. So I wanted to share with you guys something that I really believe that all of you that are on here are someone that I would consider a leader. And I'll tell you why. Because women that are leaders, they like to participate in training. They like to learn and they like to stay up on their game. And they want to be a better person, a better consultant. Okay. And so I'm going to consider all of you leaders. And I was in church on Sunday, and the last couple Sundays, we have had some lessons and they're going over some things and how to be in the world, but not of the world, which I'm not going to do a sermon on that. It was so good though. But anyway, he was using Daniel as an example. And some of you know that I really like this Bible. It's the John Maxwell Leadership Bible. And I actually went to an event in Atlanta, June 18th, 2002. You guys, that is 21 years ago, short to a couple of days. Next week will be 21 years. This Bible is 21 years old. And I like it so much that I won't get a new one. I duct taped it. I'm sure there was a better way, but it was falling apart. So I had to duct tape it. And I even got some pages that are trying to fall out on me. But I just got them in there because I love it. I love it. And I like the notes I have in it. So if you need a good Bible and you're a leader, I think it's a great one. So if you happen to have that Bible and you want to pull it out, you definitely can. But John Maxwell on every, he is a motivational teacher and a leader, and he loved Mary Kay. And he did this whole thing on Mary Kay that day that I saw it, and I bought the Bible there. But he takes stories out of the Bible and shows how it can help you be a better leader. And so there is a little section right here in Daniel 1. And I thought, I am going to talk about that on the Boss Babe Call. I saw it 2 weeks ago, and then I saw it this last Sunday, and I thought, that's it. I got to do it. So there are 14 qualities or traits for a leader. And what I want you to do is if you want to take notes, to take a piece of paper and you can write down the quality, and then you can maybe rate yourself on a scale of maybe 1 to 5, 5 being I got this, and 1 being I might need to work on that a little bit. Okay. And then it kind of will show you maybe where you are, because I know all of us, I want to be a better leader. I know Sayla wants to be a better leader. Gail wants to be a better leader. Latrice, we all want to be a better leader. It applies to only to sales directors, but it applies to beauty consultants that have a team. Okay. So just to give you a little background, what this story is about is the Hebrew people, the Jews, were captured by the Babylonians. And so the King Nebuchadnezzar, went and he said that he had this list of traits that he wanted to go to the Jewish the Hebrew boys, men, probably like 15 is what they are, and find, the best, the brightest, and all that. And then he wanted to train them for 3 years, and then they would be the king's servants. Okay. So of these people, some of them were Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Okay. Crazy names. I know you didn't name your child Abednego or Shadrach. But anyway, in this, on verse 4 through 9, it talks about how they were selected. Okay. And so I want to read you the verse, and then we're going to go over the things. Okay. And this was, it says they wanted, it says, then the king instructed the master of the eunuchs to bring some of the children of Israel and some of the king's descendants and some of the nobles, young men whom there was no blemish, but good looking, gifted in all wisdom, possessing knowledge and quick to understand, who had ability to serve in the king's palace, who they might teach the language and literature of the Chaldeans. And then you go to verse 5. It says, and the king appointed them for a daily provision of the king's delicacies and of the wine which he drank, and three years of training for them. So at the end of that time, they may serve before the king. And then you go on down to verse 8, and there it says, but Daniel purposed in his heart that he would not defile himself with the portion of the king's delicacies, nor with the wine which he drank. Therefore, he requested of the chief of eunuchs that he might not defile himself. So God had brought Daniel into the favor and goodwill of the chief of the eunuchs. And the chief of the eunuchs said, I fear the Lord who's appointed your food and drink. Why should he see your faces looking worse than everybody else your age? You would endanger my head before the king. And Daniel just said, give me 10 days. Just give me 10 days and let me eat vegetables and drink water and see what happens. And so the long story short is that's exactly what happened. And it said at the end of 10 days, their features appeared better and fatter in the flesh than all young men who ate the portion of the king's delicacies. And thus they were able to do that. So anyway, I know you're like, Cleta, what does this have to do with me and my Mary Kay goals? It has something to do with it. So it says the victorious Babylonians took Daniel and other sharp young Hebrews to their king, who wanted to groom them as leaders. What qualities did the king seek? Take a look and see if you would like to have such emerging leaders work alongside of you. So I want you to think about two things. Am I this person? And is this, and I don't know why I have my hand raised, is this the people I am signing up to be on my Mary Kay team? Do they have some of these qualities? Okay. So that's what I want you to think two ways. Am I that? And are some of the people that I'm looking for to add to my team, do they have some of these qualities? Okay. So the first one, number one. Okay. Number one was young. Okay. Now, are we offended by that? I think we are. No. Okay. So what it says young, they were youth, still young enough to be trained. So what I want to say here is that part, young enough to be trained. You could come in the company at 75 years old or 80 years old, but if you were young enough at heart that you are willing to be trained. So are you trainable, or are you set in your ways? And it doesn't matter that other people to give you different ideas. You're not going to do it because in your mind, it's not happening. Okay. And chapter 1 in Daniel, by the way, in your mind, it's not happening. Okay. So are you teachable and trainable? I say all of you, every last one of you on this call you're young enough to be teachable and trainable. Why would I say that? Because you're actually listening to training. Okay. Do you know the people that are not teachable and trainable? They do not get on calls. They don't. Because why? They either think they know everything. They don't want to learn a new idea, and they're set in their ways. They're too old in their heart and mind to learn anything new. And this could be someone that's 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, or 80. It's not really the age. It's up here. Does that make sense to y'all? Okay. So I say all of y'all could say yes on you're young enough to be trained. All right. Because you would not be on here. Now, do you take everything that you learn and put it in practice? I don't know. That's something you have to work on. That's something you have to work on. Okay. Number 2, sharp looking. Sharp looking. Okay. They were well groomed and well dressed. Okay. Does this mean that all of you had to win the beauty pageant in high school? I hope not, because I certainly didn't. But can each of you be sharp looking by being well groomed and well dressed? I say yes. I say yes to that. What would be well groomed? Well, it would be getting up and putting your Mary Kay face on. Putting your Mary Kay face on. How about get up and you do your skincare and make some effort on your glamour? Learn how to do your makeup. Believe me, I had to learn more than any of y'all did about how to do makeup. I had worn makeup because I am from the South. And, you know, my mom said, get up, put your makeup on. But I did not really know how to do my makeup. And when I go back and look at my face in college, somebody should have helped me. And so all I knew is that I had blue liner so thick all around my eyes that I went in like on the inside and the outside and blue eyeshadow, and which was in. And the school nurse said, you have an eye infection because you got too much makeup on your eyes. I'm like, the nerve, you know? And then I look back at my the college annual, and I'm like, it's awful. So I had to learn how to do my makeup. Okay. So well groomed, that you have tried to look your best, especially when you're out doing your Mary Kay business. Okay. And then the other one was well groomed and well dressed. You know, that's why Mary Kay Ash set us up to wear dresses and skirts to our events. She wanted us to be the best dressed sales force in America and other countries. She did. And she did not lower her standards. She kept them very, very high. And it was tough for a young woman like me at a college who wore blue jeans every day to put on those blessed dresses. I'm not going to lie. But guess what? I wanted to be successful. And this is the way she said it. She said, if you were a nurse and they told you you had to wear these blue scrubs, would you wear them? If you were a dental hygienist and you had to wear these pink, scrubs or whatever, would you wear it? If you worked at the post office and they said you have to wear khaki pants and this navy shirt tucked in, would you do it? And if you're in the military and they say, this is your attire, you do it. And I thought, well, at least we get to be cute, And so I got used to it. So there's that. All right. Number 3, intelligent. It says they had good minds and they could process information quickly. Okay. Do you feel like you're intelligent? Okay. And if not, why not? One of the things that I think keeps you sharp is learning and books. And so right here in my reach, okay, I got all these books. Do I sit around and read 24/7? No, but I do read books and I try to increase my knowledge on different subjects. This one, the one that I talked to my unit about, is called The Favor the Road to Success. So good. I got it on recommendation by some other top people in Mary Kay. And this morning I read 80 pages. So good. Okay. This one, y'all have heard me talk about, don't give the enemy a seat at your table. I did a whole study on this, and now I'm with my church and we're doing a ladies' Bible study, and I'm doing it again. Like I literally am picking it up and doing the same study again. Why? Because I think I need it. And then, of course, our unit is going through this book, 100 Days of Believing Bigger. But what are you reading? What are you putting in your mind? That helps you be smarter. Okay. And of course, you want to read. Mary Kay has, what do they have? MK University, right? They have training. They have tips. If you go, I don't know how to do social media. Did you know there's a whole group? There's a whole thing on InTouch of how to do social media. I don't know what to post. There's a whole thing on there that tells you what to post. But you have to take the time to learn and to try. Do you think that all of us knew how to do Zoom before, years ago? No, we didn't know what Zoom was. Okay. We had to learn. We had to learn how to do it. Some of you guys have done reels on Facebook and Instagram. Did you know how to do that 2 years ago? No, you learned how to do it. So be teachable, but also be willing to train yourself as well on all the things that always be wanting to learn new things. Okay. Number 4 is diverse skills. Diverse skills. They displayed a variety of skills. So I want you to think of things that you're good at. And I would say that many of you have lots of things you're good at. You have to think about, what am I good at? What if someone said, you're really good at that? You don't know, ask a good friend. Ask, your mom's going to be prejudiced again, but ask your sister, ask your cousin, ask your best friend. Say, what do you think some things that I'm good at? And they may say, you're a great encourager. You're a fashionista. You have a good public speaking voice. You're really good with numbers. You're a great organizer. I mean, what are some skills that you have that you feel like you're really good and diverse in? Because my brother is a couple years older than me. And my mother and I talk about this all the time. He has so many interests. He runs a printing company. My dad passed away and he took it over. So he runs a printing company. He races in a race car every weekend. He loves to fish and he loves to hunt. And he's in a band and plays the guitar. And I'm like, he's so diverse of all the things he likes to do. So don't get stuck in a rut doing one single thing, and you can't, try something new. You never know what you're good at until you try it. If you've never done a party with 6 people around the table because you have a little fear, you might be really good at that. You might be. So try it. And if you really stink, try it again until you get a little bit better at it, and then judge how you are. I stunk at my first party. I didn't know what I was doing. But that's why they had us do 5 parties in our first 2 weeks so that we would get better at it. And by the 3rd week, we're like, I got this. Okay. So be diverse. Number 5 is competent. They showed wisdom in using their skills to achieve results. So do you feel like you are competent? And I also want you to think about people that you sign up. Are they competent in the job they already have? For example, let's say you're talking to an accountant. Is she a great accountant? If you're talking to a school teacher, is she a great school teacher? Is she competent in, maybe she's a nurse, or maybe she's a stay-at-home mom and she's just like, man, she got the kids, they got their act together over there. Is she a competent person in the skills that she has? Can you count on her? I think that's a very important, quality to have. And for us, we know that practice is what's going to help us get better and better and be competent in our skills in Mary Kay. Number 6 is a servant's heart. They served others however they might be needed. And so are you willing to serve others? And this is something that if you are self-centered, I don't think you make a very good Mary Kay beauty consultant. You really don't. Because if you think about it, what do we do in Mary Kay? We let them sit around a table. We offer all the samples free. And we let them put products on to help their skin look better and for them to look better. And our job is to make those women feel important. That's what Mary Kay said, right? And so we serve them in hopes that maybe they would buy some of our products, right? And usually they do, if they have any money at all. And sometimes they come in later and do it. But we have to serve them. Sometimes we make a delivery out of the way to somebody. It's very out of the way, and maybe it's just 1 or 2 little things, but you make that extra effort to serve that customer and have good customer service. Okay. So being a servant leader is awesome, and a servant's heart. Number 7 is teachable, which we've kind of talked about that. They were able and hungry to learn new concepts. So these guys were taken out of their home, the Hebrews, and they were brought into the Babylonian, and they're with all these other people that they don't know, and they had to learn some new concepts. So are you able to learn new concepts? So think about that, and are you willing to learn new concepts? Number 8 is convictional. They possess inward strength and values. So Mary Kay, her values, we all know them. She didn't hide them. She said her values were God first, family second, and career third. And she tried to live and work by those values and the golden rule. And so if you're convicted with your values, then everything you do kind of lines up with that. So have some convictions that you're willing to stand up for in your values, and be convicted that you'll do Mary Kay the right way with high integrity, right? And that you'll be that kind of person that people can count on. If you say you're going to be somewhere, you actually show up. If you say, that, if you have a goal that you tell your director, I'm going to make a list of 25 people and I'll call you tomorrow. Actually, make your list of 25 people and call the director tomorrow. Whatever you say, let your word be your bond. Okay. Number 9, favor with people. They enjoyed influence with others. And, that's what this book is about. It's a little book, Favor, the Road to Success. And it talks about praying favor, and that it has all these Bible verses of what God did and how he showed favor to people. And one of the stories was, if you know the Bible, one of the stories about Joseph, where if you don't know it, that's okay, you can look at it later, but where Joseph, he was one of 12 sons, and his brothers threw him in a pit and sold him as a slave. Okay, he was the favorite son. Sold him as a slave. Well, that wasn't very good favor, right? But he gets there, and then he had favor with all the people that he served under, and they made him one of the king's favorite servants type thing. And so then the wife of the king said she kind of had some favor for him too. And he's like, no, I'm not going there. I can't do this against my, my king. And he said, and she lied about him. So he got thrown in prison. And so that don't seem like much favor, but he had favor with the guards, and he ended up being over all the prisoners. And so then later he had some dreams that he could interpret dreams, and he interpreted one for the king, and they brought him out and made him over only second to the king in all of Babylon. In all of Egypt. And so the Lord showed him favor, even though there was times he was having a hard time, like in jail and a slave. So we can ask favor over our life at the same way. So you may be in a little Mary Kay slump here, but you can start praying favor over everything that you do, and the Lord will give it to you, because if you're a believer, Jesus lives inside you. So that's the good news on that. Okay, number 10 is submissive. They willingly became team players. I think this is so important in Mary Kay to be a team player. Before I was a sales director, I was in a unit, and I wanted my unit to win. My director earned the use of the pink, back then it was a Grand Prix, and then the pink Cadillac. And I was so excited that my director had a pink Cadillac, and I liked hearing the goals for the unit, because I wanted to help. I wanted to be on that winning team. In my national area, I wanted to know what the national was going for, and I wanted to participate. And then even some of my mentors that I'm not in their area, I still want them to win. It makes me feel good when I hear that they're inner circle, even though I didn't contribute any, because I'm not even in their area. I don't get paid. They don't get paid $1 on me, but they help me, and I want to be a team player. And so I want you to think about that. Am I a team player? And the people you're signing up, are they team players? Okay. So I think that's very important in Mary Kay. How can you be a team player in your unit? Find out what the unit goal is, participate when there's events and there's meetings. And when you're called on to do something, do it with the best of your ability, and just be there for the team. And a lot of y'all are. A lot of you are. Okay. Number 11 is relational. They had good people skills and charisma. Okay. Charisma and people skills. This is very important. Mary Kay Ash herself used to tell us she went to all of these training courses about people skills. And then she had her nationals go through and her directors go through all these training courses about how to deal with people. She ended up writing a book. It's Mary Kay on people management. And she learned so much through all her research and all her things that she put it in a book. If you don't have that book, you may just look it up and order it, because it's a great, great book to learn how to deal with people. So do you have good people skills? Is that something that you need to work on? All right. And charisma is just when, people are kind of attracted to you, what you have to say, and so you can work on your charisma as well. All right. But hey, when you're thinking about recruiting people, people that have charisma. It's when you go to the party and everybody wants to sit by her. It's like, what's she doing over there? That's that girl you need to get on your team ASAP. Okay. You know who they are in your life and in your circle. All right. Number 12 is well-informed. Well-informed. It says that they possessed a knowledge in a variety of areas. And so are you well-informed in your Mary Kay business? All right. And then some of these kind of overlap. Number 13 is gifted. Gifted. They had valuable abilities obvious to other people. They have valuable abilities. Do y'all think that the Lord made some people that have no gifts? right? Everybody has a gift. And so if you don't know what yours is yet, you may want to ask a trusted friend, what is my gift? And it's usually the things that come natural to you, the things that come easy to you, that doesn't take a lot of effort. That's some of your gifts. And so all of you have a gift. And then your gift ain't going to be the same as mine. It's not going to be the same as Selah's, the same as, Maureen, Jean, Latrice. It's not going to be the same. It's going to be something different. And that's why when you have a team with a bunch of people with a bunch of gifts, you're going to be a lot better together. Team spells TEAM together, everyone achieves more. And so I'm counting on the people in my unit that have gifts that I don't have to fill those gaps, because I can't do it all. And if you have a team, you want to recruit people better than you. That's the goal. That can outshine you. And that is a great feeling. It's just kind of like you want your children to be better than you, right? And to do more and have more than you had. Okay. Number 14 is the last one, and it's excellence. Excellence. And it says they were men of excellence and high standards. And in Mary Kay, there's a group, and it's called the Circle of Excellence. And it is the top directors that their unit does 650,000 or more. And so they call it the Circle of Excellence because they're forming an excellent rate. But do you know you can have excellence in your business and be a new beauty consultant? And it's by paying attention to details. And I was talking to a sales director today, and it's about when you have a party, get there on time or early so you can set it up so it looks nice. Don't be haphazard about your setups. Have everything that you need. Shouldn't look like a hot mess. Is it going to look like a hot mess when you get done? Yes, mine does. But at the beginning, when they walk in, it is cute. And I am prepared. So being prepared helps you be excellent. And being prepared is just a matter of like tonight, even after we get off the call, go get your kit, clean all your mirrors, get it organized. Are you missing anything that you could not do a party with 6 people tomorrow if someone asked you at the last minute? Or would you be ready to go? It would not stress me out at all if someone said, hey, can you do a party in the morning at 10? I've got 5 friends that want to come over. I say, yeah, come over. I can get it ready tonight. I mean, that doesn't give me anxiety at all. Why? Because I know I have everything I need and I know where it is. And I just did some parties last week. I know I can set it right up. But if it's been a while, there has been a time in my Mary Kay career where it's been a while since I've done a party. It stressed me out. And I thought, I don't even know where my kit is. I mean, I kind of know where it is. I don't even know if I have any of those plastic trays that goes in the thing. Right. And so where's my flip chart? Right. So I remember my senior director said, go get your kit and prepare it as if you have a party tomorrow. Take everything out, get it. And in fact, last week when I did a party, my kit, if you do several in a row, it gets kind of, because you're cleaning up and you just kind of throw it in there and you're out of there. I thought I need to take everything out of this kit and redo it and get it back organized so I can pull out stuff, because I spent too much time digging in front of my ladies that were there. I mean, they probably didn't think it, but I knew it, right? I'm digging. Matter of fact, I couldn't find any lip liners. I ended up opening 2 brand new lip liners, and neither one of them bought lip liners. And so I'm like, okay. Don't offer lip liners if you don't have a sample. I thought I did. I didn't, and just don't offer it if you don't have samples. But if I had cleaned out my kit ahead of time, I would have known there was no samples in there. So there's no way I could say, would you like to try a lip liner sample? But after I already said it, I felt obligated to go get a lip liner out of my inventory and give it to them. So you know what? They're right here in my drawer, and I wiped them off, and I'm going to be using them. So anyway, hey, they just washed their face. I fear they did not have cooties, but anyway, there you go. So those are the list of things. So I was thinking for us, we could look at this list. Are we do we have these qualities? And as we're looking and praying for team members, let's pray for women that have these qualities, and let's look for women that have these qualities. And when you identify a quality of that person, you may say, I tell you, I really am impressed about how intelligent you are. And you just seem to be so diverse and can do so many things. I think you would be great at Mary Kay. I'm looking for women that have a diverse gifting and skills like you have, and are so smart. You seem very teachable and trainable, and you have a lot of charisma with people, right? Get them on your team. They would be great people to have on your team. Do y'all agree? So look for some confident women. Can we get people that are not confident in Mary Kay and help their confidence? Absolutely. Absolutely. And you're going to get those women anyway. But look for some people that are already confident in what they're already doing, and they'll also be really good in Mary Kay as well. Okay. Because, people that like to lead, they like to lead wherever they are. All right. So that's what I got for you guys tonight, and just some little truths from the Bible, but that we can apply it to our Mary Kay business. So I'm going to open it up real quick. I'm going to open the gallery up and take my spotlight off. And if there's anyone that wants to add a little something, just feel free to do that. And then we'll close it up.
Hey, Cleta.
Okay, go ahead.
It was awesome. And I've got to go get one of those shirts like yours.
What, this Mary Kay shirt?
Oh, it's the Mary Kay shirt. It looks great with your jacket and your eyes.
This one, I got it. Thank you very much. I got it at Leadership Conference. So I don't, you know what? It was that one that was in the bundle, and you had to buy the whole $120 whatever to get the t-shirt.
Well, it sure is cute.
Well, thank you very much.
Well, I have to tell you something about your little fascination self. Anyway, thank you for that. I love the qualities of the leader, and you were speaking great things, because I needed to hear some of those, and some other people need to hear some of those, right? And so I kind of laughed when you said about the reels that people are making, because when I first heard about a reel, all I could think about was a rod reel. But anyway,
that's hilarious.
And y'all, she's right. You do have to learn. I did a little event at 6:30 with using StreamYard, and I've used it before, but it's like your starter kit. If you're not used to using it, you've got to study and study. Like, literally spent about 3 hours on it today. And I love this, that they spent 3 years training. And, we're asking, and I think I have permission to say this, but we're asking all of our consultants to complete your training on MKU and your everything on InTouch, all, and just show up and be present. And anyway, thank you, Cleta.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And that MK University is so good. I mean, even after being in for years and years, I have learned things. And if you're going to seminar, all you have to do is go through it to get a little bling on your badge, so you don't have some naked badge, right?
Yeah.
Thank you, Latrice. Thank you so much.
Cleta, thank you again. This was awesome. I loved writing down every single one of them. I'm going to be looking at it. I already ordered the book, Favor the Road to Success, while you were chatting on the side over here. I ordered it from Amazon. But all of these things are definitely within our target market. And you know what? It's something that I'm going to take a look at for myself. I already caught a couple of things on there that I'm like, oh, yeah, we're going to work a little on that. But definitely, as we're building our units, it's important. It's important, the quality of people that, like you said, we have everybody in our unit, but it's important that we have people who are willing to be trained and willing to show up. So anyways, thank you so much for bringing such great training for us, and as well from the Bible. I so appreciate it.
You're welcome. And I thank y'all for showing up. And there's a lot of people on YouTube. Little shout out to Belle and Shannon and Jennifer and Tahadni, Miss Eldridge, and Miss Teresa and Nancy. So I just wanted to just give them a little shout out. They're just good. They're having their own party over here on YouTube. So thank you very much, Maureen. Okay. Anybody else? Sayla, Gail, Linda?
Hey, Cleta, it's me.
Okay.
I just want to say that of all the 14 things, I thought that the one about conviction is so important, because all of them are necessary. But to have conviction, you're excited in the beginning, and then you might go through a little lull in your business, but that conviction needs to stay. And then, because it is just a business of, it's like life, it's up and down. And so I think that is such an important thing to remember when we're talking to people. and in our own businesses too. So thank you. Thank you. It was really good.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, Sayla.
Hey, Cleta, Gail here. I actually wanted to just share something that I shared earlier today, and thank you for these 14 leadership reminders. It just, relights your brain to say, this is just remember who we are and what we be and who we're looking for. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to say. I'm not quite sure this little story that I'm going to say where it fits in here, but it might be conviction, like Sayla had said. So I was thinking today, close my eyes and ask myself, what does it mean to allow that spirited, fearless person that lives behind the person that's afraid about what other people think about them? What happens when she gets to step forward and take the lead? And what does that look like? And I said, here it is. Here it is. Close your eyes, run off the end of the dock. Boom, you're the first one in the water. Come springtime. You're not in warm summer water. You are in springtime summer water. In Michigan, that is some cold water. But if you hang in there long enough, you think a new thought if your brain's still functioning. And when you step out, it's a whole new perception. So I'm not quite sure where that is, but conviction, once you jump in that cold water, you have definitely made the conviction. And I think in leadership, once we just jump forward and we allow that person that has the fearless side of us, because we all got our fearless side, we just keep her behind us instead of letting her run the lead.
Very good. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, you guys. Well, let's work on a little bit of self-work this week. And as we look for team members and you see these qualities, point them out. I guarantee you, not enough people are complimenting other women these days. And people need some positive affirmations in their life. Would y'all not agree?
Oh, yeah.
So we have a big June. We're going to do big things this month. And at the same time, we can kind of stretch some skills that we have not used maybe as much when we kind of step out on faith to finish these. So thank y'all for watching tonight. Thank y'all, the YouTube